Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Titan Masters Powermaster Optimus Prime with Apex, and I love this toy. Originally released in August of 2016, it retailed for approximately $45 and is still in stores as of the time of this recording. And this was one that I was very eagerly awaiting for. This was finally, I was getting my new Powermaster Optimus Prime. Very excited. Here in truck mode, Optimus measures approximately 11 inches long. He's about 4 inches tall at the top of the trailer and 5 if you want to go to the top of the weapons there. So yeah, I finally got my updated Powermaster Optimus Prime, and check out how awesome this guy looks. It's a new updated version. You know, some pros and cons here. Unfortunately, this was a remold, or a retool rather, of the Generations Ultra Magnus. So if you already know that toy, you know that this one, the cab is integrated with the trailer, so it's only going to transform into the one robot, rather than the cab separating, transforming into a smaller robot that can later combine with the trailer. So it's sad that we didn't get that, but I do love this newer updated version. I really do like it a lot. It came with a couple of things. As far as weapons goes, it comes with the two side cannons that you've got mounted on here. One of them guns that are, or cannons rather, that's mounted on the top there. And then the other one that it came with is this sort of hammer weapon here. It can be a cannon, or it can be sort of a hammer thing. It's the same weapons that came with Ultra Magnus. So what I've done is I've taken the hammer cannon thingy, whatever this is. That's the new official name for this. This is the hammer cannon thingy. So I took this one from Prime, I gave it to my Magnus, and then I took my cannon from Magnus, and I gave it to Prime just for uniformity. I think that looks better right there. It also came with this card, because, you know, cards, yay. Okay, now, there's just got a big pile of those things just sitting here. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. All right, let's take a look at, I almost call them Magnus. Let's take a look at Prime here. Now, you guys know I'm usually not a fan of mounting weapons on vehicles. This is an exception just because the G1 version did it. I wasn't crazy about it back in the G1 days either, but, you know, the whole idea of the combat or the attack trailer eventually grew on me, so I like it. I like it with the G1, and this carries on just fine here, so I like that too. So we've got ourselves a new updated version here. The cab here, you'll notice, is completely different. At least the front of it is from the one Ultra Magnus uses, and it's a very nice, like, strong, powerful looking cab for Optimus here. You've got the trailer with all the cues right there. We've got the stripe with the Autobot symbol. The wheels were originally black. I painted those, as I tend to do, because my war against against black wheels. So there you go. Yeah, very cool. I just love this. I love this. So it rose so nicely. And for comparison here, just a quick size comparison, here he is with the triple changer or G2 version that is also in stores right now. So you got a leader class, you got a Voyager class. So there you go. There's your sizes there. Now you can also, normally what they'll show you in the package, I'll go ahead and take these off since we're going to be removing them anyway. The way that I mount those up there, just because I think it looks better, is these are the slots that the hands are over in robot mode. And when you transform him into robot, when you put the hands, or when you put the weapons into his hands, you're also slotting the bottom of the handles here into those slots. So I've just done the same thing for truck mode, just because I think it looks better that way. But if you go with the instructions, or popular opinion or whatever, there's these posts on the side of the weapon. So if you look at the instructions, they'll have you do that with that weapon, and then they'll have you bring this one in and mount it like that, which I really don't care for. I like the elevated cannon look better, so that's why I do that. But another thing you can do is, if you have a couple of these headmasters with their cannons and so on, you could do it with these guys too, but since I happen to have two of these in black, I'm just going to do it with these guys. You could also do this. Check this out. And yeah, I really like the way that looks. Kind of a little tricky to get straightened out. There you go. I love the way that looks. Check that out. That's so cool. And then you can have your little Titan Masters or Headmasters up there manning those cannons. So you can also take these. These guys have double posts. As you can see, there's a post on the top and a post on the bottom there. So if you wanted to, you can mount these like that. If you feel that that's sticking out too far forward. Some people may feel that way. You can do it like this too. Personally, I'm not a fan of the showing the seat like that when it's in truck mode, and this is just personal opinion. I think it looks better like that. But, you know, either way works. You can even do this. You can have them mounted sideways like this. And, again, you can take some more Titan Masters. Where's my peg hole? There it is. So why don't we do that? Let's get ahead and get this guy opened up. And there's Apex right there. He just fell out of his little seat. There's a little seat right there for Apex. And this little slot right there, you can take that tab right between his legs and just slot it right there. And that'll hold him in place just like that. But that's not to say he may, probably can and will, as he just did, fall out of the seat when you open that up. But there you go. So there's Apex. I'll show him off in a second. And yeah, you can take him. Actually, let's go ahead and show him off now. And oh, look at that. So for articulation, his arms are ball jointed, and you can very easily pop them off, as you just saw. There you go. So there's Apex. Let's see if we can get him zoomed in. And yeah, he looks like Jinrai or Haikyuu, which was the Powermaster for the original G1 Optimus. G1 Powermaster Optimus rather. So yeah, he looks like he's molded to be that character, but he's not painted as such. Now there's a Japanese repaint of this entire toy, which I'm looking forward to getting at some point. Which is a more G1 colored Jinrai. The cab is a little more G1 looking, and Jinrai or Haikyuu, whichever you want to call him here, he's also going to be more G1 painted. So we'll take this guy, and again, these cannons, most of these weapons here, they have a little slot down there at the bottom, so it'll work exactly like the seat that I showed you inside of the cab. So you can take that little tab down there at the bottom of the feet and just kind of plug them in there, and that's going to hold them in there securely. And then you can take it and mount them just like that. So you can do that as well. And you can just have, a couple of cannons all being manned by Titan Masters, which I think is pretty cool. I've only got the 3 Titan Masters, so that's going to be the as much as I can do there. But there you go. Very, very cool. Love the way this is coming out. So let's get these guys out of here. And we do have a base mode, just like we did with G1. So let's get into that. We're going to start with, it's such a convoluted transformation. So, a lot of panels here. A lot of panels. So, we're going to go ahead and just start popping panels here. The whole side of the figure, or the vehicle rather, this is pegged in right there. So, go ahead and just pop that out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to untab these whole panels here for the arms. These are all tabbed in together here at the center and at the sides on the back of these panels and at the sides for these panels as well. So those are now released. So we can take those, get them up and out of the way. There's a little mount down here like a support stand. You can pull that out as well. Actually, I think we're supposed to do that for it instead. Now we can go ahead and untab these columns here, rotate them over and turn them so that they're pointing up. And these guys are going to flop for the time being, and that's fine. Just let them flop. We'll get them straightened out once we get to the... Actually, for the time being, I'm just going to leave those panels down because otherwise they're just going to keep flopping. So we'll just fix those at the end. We'll leave that for last. Leave that open. Reach in here and take his chest piece and just pull that up. And now we're going to take his legs. We're going to separate these. Now these legs here get tricky, and I always forget how to do these. I think we got to rotate these. So yeah, so we're going to untab these and rotate them down. And then rotate the leg like such. And then I never remember at what angle to turn the knee. But we're going to turn the knee. So let's get the other side done first. Rotate that. And then these panels are going to come down and make ramps. And I can never remember. I probably should have practiced this, huh? Just turn that way. And yeah, there we go. And then we'll turn this way. That. Put the ramp down. And now we just kind of straighten things out. These panels that we talked about in the back here, you can leave them up. I've seen where these can be left up like that, which makes it a little hard to show on camera. Let's move that up again. So you can do that. It's kind of your preference. You can also angle these out if you want. I kind of like the angled out, the look for these. Well, let me back up. I'm not a huge fan of this base mode. I don't feel that it pulled off what the G1 base mode did. The ramps went off to the side so you can actually load cars up and down, and there was another ramp in the middle. So I'm always kind of looking for a way to try to turn these ramps, and you can put them at a bit of an angle like I have there. So you can sort of kind of roll vehicles up and down. It doesn't work that great, but so you kind of just move these around to whatever your preference is, whatever you think looks best, honestly. So there, you can do that, and I'm still not even. They're still not even for me. I think that's about as straight as we're going to get them. And then again, panels, you can leave these up or you can bring them down, completely up to you. And then at this point, you just add weapons. So, yeah, these panels up here, they're probably going to flop. So at this point, you can take these guys down here, and what you can do is add them to the shoulder pegs over here. So you can just add that guy there, add them up. And see, there's another problem I got with the base, because now when you put the weapon there, the ramp's not really going to be accessible. So again, I'm going to try and turn them out just a little bit, just because I think it looks a little better. At least there's ramps there now. So you can do that, and then you can bring these cannons that were the shoulder cannons earlier. You can bring these guys in with your little Titan Masters inside. I almost call them a Powermaster. And you can mount those, so you have some weapon emplacements. And then you can go nuts. Anywhere that you find a mount, you can go ahead and mount some other weapons. So if you have other weapons with Titan Masters, for example, well, you could, if you had, if I went and got the other one from Magnus, I could probably just do this. I don't know how I was going to hold on the weight, but you could do that. Mount another one up here on this side. And you kind of get the idea here. Let's take a aerial view. It's not too terrible. I'm kind of getting away from what I like to do with these videos, which is show how it is and why it is that I love everything about Optimus Primes. But I'm going to say the base was a good try and leave it at that. I don't normally do the base mode. I don't think it was. I don't think it came off as well as they had hoped. They had good intentions. They had good intentions. It was there, but it just didn't. The execution didn't quite work. I guess if you're a younger one, maybe that works better for you. You got to use your imagination. So there's that. Let's get to the robot mode, and I'm just going to go ahead and fold these panels down. And at this point, really, we're halfway to robot mode, so we just got to straighten things out. I'm going to take these hips right here and straighten these out. I think there we go. Go ahead and straighten these hips out, and we'll go ahead and just get started with the legs down here, since we're already here. Reach down here at the bottom and pull the feet out. They're on a hinge, the hinge there and the hinge there, so just bring them all the way forward, just like that. Make sure that these panels are tabbed into place. There is a tab when these rotated. There's a little tab hole or a slot there and the tab on the side here, so just go ahead and tab that in there. Make sure they're both tabbed in. And then these panels are going to come all the way around. There's a hinge there, and then there's a hinge on the other side. You saw that. There's a tab there and a slot here, so tab that into place. And the legs are going to be pretty much done. Make sure everything is straight and tabbed and lined up. There you go. So that's our legs right there, pretty much done. I got a lot of straightening up to do here. I'm going to go ahead and put this back down again, just so we can see what we're doing. Take the whole top of the front of the vehicle, rather, at this hinge. Hinge that up. Bring the arms down. And I'm going to pull the cab out one more time, because I don't think I can do the... Actually, I can, so probably shouldn't. I want to take the truck back out the way it was in vehicle mode, just like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the whole front of the cab right here, and it untabs right there, and then you can just spin it around. Now go ahead and slot the back of the cab all the way back down again, and then it's going to push in, just like that. And then the cab itself is going to turn at this hinge down there. Before we close this chest piece up, I need to straighten out my vehicle and bring the camera up higher, because I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring it up. This guy gets tall, and I really like the size on this guy. Open up the cab again. Pull the head out. A little tricky. Come on, buddy. There we go. Pull that all the way back. Take this panel right here that was covering this opening. Bring that inside. Now you'll notice that there's no seat in there anymore for little Apex. Close the cab back up. That's going to tab in, and then this guy finally, he's going to come up, tab into place. He's going to lock everything down, and there is our Powermaster Optimus in robot mode almost. I'm going to bring Apex in. And real quick, he's just going to stand straight, fold them over, and he is going to form the head of Optimus. Now, this is a very curious head for Optimus because this guy has no mouth plate. He's kind of more like an Orion Pax head than an Optimus head. But there you go, pretty cool. So now that we have our head, we're going to go ahead and pop this guy in. Come on, focus. All right, so we've got our slot right there for our Titan Master. Get that on camera. So that guy's going to slot right in there, and then the helmet is going to come right over. There we go. Helmet's in place. Back him up a little bit. And we're going to take our weapons and our cannons. This time around, I am going to put the openings facing out. Only because with if I do the openings facing in, like I had them in truck mode, you'll notice how far down this peg is. And again, this is just personal preference. You can do what you want. But personal preference, I think that looks like it's sticking up too far. So I kind of like that better. That's just me. And again, you know, all personal preference. So you can go any way you want. And there you go. There's me unpegging the entire leg and ruining the video. I think I ruined this video about 5 minutes ago when I tried to do that pace mode. Anyway, there you go. So there is Optimus Prime in robot mode, and check out how awesome he looks. Here in robot mode, Optimus is approximately 9 inches long, and let's see if we can get a little closer in to see details. I think I'm going to do, I don't like doing this, but we'll do this. There he is at the head, and I love the head. It's such a Powermaster looking head. You know, it's the thicker head with the cylinders on the side. I never knew what those were, if those were cannons or what they were, but there they are. It's a bit of a thicker head. You can see the eyes. It's kind of hard. It's not coming through on camera, but you can see the eyes of this guy coming through the eye holes on the actual helmet itself. So that's really cool that they actually managed to pull that off. It actually works really, really well. As far as detail goes, he looks really good. He looks like Powermaster Optimus Prime. Now, there does seem to have been some liberties taken, at least for design. You know, mainly in the chest. The chest just looks like it's got this big engine-looking thing in the front there. I'm not even really sure what to call that. Engine or just mechanical guts or whatever. There's all this stuff in the front here, and while it doesn't look bad, it doesn't look like a Powermaster either. You know, the whole idea with the Powermasters was that the little guys transformed into little engines and they plugged into the vehicle, which unlocked the transformation. So the original Powermaster Optimus Prime had like this cool little engine sitting there, and you still kept the whole 2-window front look, and then they'll have the little added side windows on the side there. This guy kind of loses that. It's still a very good looking figure, very nice updated look, but I do also miss that other look that the original had, which is another reason why I want to get that repaint, the Jinrai repaint, because they remolded the whole front of this, so it does look like the double window with the engine on it. So it'll be nice to have both versions. Also, the other one's going to have it's going to work with compatible. It's going to have compatibility with a God Bomber trailer that's coming on later on. So I'm really excited about that. I really want to get my hands on all of that. So for articulation, as you saw earlier, I was turning the head around. It does have a rotation at the head. It doesn't have much of an up and down. Actually, it doesn't have any up and down. What it does have is a hinge right up here to put the helmet on and off. So you can kind of exploit that a little bit to kind of make him look up. But as you saw, if you do that, you're going to expose the head underneath. So you're probably just going to be stuck with the side to side. You have a rotation at the shoulder. You've also got in and out. You can bring them all the way out. If you move this panel right here, you can turn that panel and bring them up all the way there. You've got a rotation at the bicep, and you've got a hinge at the elbow. You got a nice 90 there. Unfortunately, nothing at the wrists, but you do have hinged fingers right there. And as you saw, this is what I was talking about earlier. Let's see if we can get focused in there. So you can see, there you go. There's that slot right down there, right under the fist. So when you put the weapons in, he's not really going to grab it with his fist. At least he can, but it won't be too secure. But if you slot that bottom of the handle into that slot down there, then he's going to have a real nice secure hold on it. And that's what I was exploiting in truck mode to mount the cannons on the top there. No wrist, or not wrist, no waist articulation, sadly. Hips can go in and out, and they can go forward and backwards, and as you can probably hear, very nice solid stiff joints. Thigh, you have a rotation at the thigh. You do have a knee, also ratcheted knee, and then you've got a little bit of up and down and in and out with the ankles here due to transformation. Sadly, no side to side. So there's a little bit of an issue with that, because here's the thing with all these panels, as you've noticed, I have not been able to get him to stand straight, because with all the paneling that he's got, it just kind of forces his legs out. So there's just nothing you can do about that. The toes, or the feet, are molded at a bit of an angle, so they kind of stand straight a little bit. But if there was at least a tilt at the angle, you could at least play with that a little more and make him look a little more natural. As it is, he kind of looks like he's stiff-kneed, or like something's wrong with his leg, and that's been a common complaint with this guy, has been the legs. I do kind of wish I would have been able to stand him straight, but that's not the case. So you're just going to have to do some dynamic posing with him, and you know, that's not bad either. It's still an amazing figure, and it's one that I've been waiting for a long time. Now let's give him his weapon, and again, here, let's try holding the weapon with just a hand. And yeah, see, it just kind of, there you go. That's what you get if you go in there with the slot and just pop the bottom of the handle right in there, and then you close the fist. Now he's going to have it hold the weapon straight, and as you can see, it's real steady. It's just not coming off. So you can do that, and then we'll go ahead and give him the other one, because I like my Powermaster Primes to have double cannons. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? There you go. There's Optimus. Oh my goodness, this guy looks incredible. I love this figure. I know it sounds like I was I've been dogging on him a little bit during the video, and that's just really the base mode. I was looking forward to the base mode, and it just didn't come out the way I wanted it. I guess I know that's kind of a childish point of view. You know, we can't get I'm not the toy designer, so I can't make it the way I want it. But I was kind of expecting more on the base. But the base is really kind of trivial for me. It doesn't, I don't do the base mode. I do the truck mode, and I do the robot mode. For me, that's what this figure is all about. You know, if I really want to go off and start knocking this figure, you know, you can come up with complaints like the cab doesn't separate, the cab doesn't turn into its own robot. That would then later interact with the base, and I mean, you can go on and on and on as to why this figure doesn't do everything the G1 figure did. And realistically, if you want a figure that does everything the G1 figure did, go get the G1 figure. This is an update. This is a modernization, and I think it was well executed. The truck and the robot work very well, and I just love the way it looks. For comparison, real quick, we'll bring in the other Titan Master Optimus Prime, the Voyager one, Triple Changer G2, whatever you want to call this guy, Laser, just so you can see what they look like side by side. And it is a joy for me to have these two standing side by side on the shelf. This is just pure awesome right there. So yep, love it. This guy is still on shelves right now. You know, I'm still seeing this guy's been almost out for almost a year now, and I'm still seeing him in shelves. So he's totally worth checking him out. So I think that about covers Transformers, Titan Masters, Powermaster Optimus Prime. What did you think of this figure? What would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see. And I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.